If you've been telling yourself you just need life to slow down, or once this season is over, I'll finally have a peace of mind, I want you to hear this. Peace of mind doesn't come after everything settles. Most people are waiting for, like, when we get to there, that next calm moment. But that's exactly why you never feel it. Your brain never turns off, because peace of mind is not a personality trait or a thing that you can have. It's something that you can have all the time when you discipline your mind and have the skill of tapping in to practicing peace of mind. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create peace of mind in just 5 minutes a day without meditation, without a perfect routine, without waiting for your life to magically become less busy or less demanding. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why your brain feels loud when nothing is technically wrong, and what's actually keeping you in that cycle of mental pressure. And I'm going to give you the exact daily practice that can help your nervous system settle so you feel clear and grounded and in control again. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Trish Blackwell, your mindset, confidence, and journaling expert, here to give you just very easy to implement strategies to give you that confidence, that peace of mind to change how you feel on your day to day. So if you are ambitious and driven and tired of carrying that constant mental noise and pressure, this video is for you. We first have to define what peace of mind isn't. Peace of mind is not no stress. It's not a perfect schedule. It's not everything happening perfectly in your life. It's not finally being caught up, or finally getting that breakthrough in sales, or finally getting to be the weight that you want. Peace of mind is trusting yourself, feeling grounded even when things are unresolved or open looped. It is knowing that you can handle what comes next. That is why I love confidence. When you learn how to train your confidence, you then learn that you can trust yourself to know that you can handle anything that comes next, because confidence and capability are tied together. Peace of mind is not the absence of pressure. It's the absence of self-doubt. Now, before I give you our actual strategy, we have to talk about, why does the brain resist peace of mind in the first place, especially as an ambitious person? This is where science meets real life, because the brain is wired to solve problems. So you're always scanning, you're looking and replaying unfinished loops. That is your brain and the neuroscience of your brain being brilliant, actually. But it's assuming that because something's unresolved, that there's urgency, it's problematic. And that's where you get to be the boss of your brain. Your brain is doing its job. It's seeking problems. It's trying to find solutions. It feels like there's always something that needs to be fixed. It's your job to go, hey, that amygdala part of your brain is panicking and trying to solve problems. And it's our job, when we pull back the viewpoint, to say, hey, brain, we're good. Nothing is wrong here. Because when you try to just relax, your brain's, oh no, but what if we miss something? That's why sometimes tapping into, like, just chill, doesn't work. Your lack of peace and being able to let some things go isn't personal failure. It's that we just don't have the tools yet to tell the brain, hey, I got this from here. Hey, we can close the loop. Hey, or it's okay, that loop is open. We're good, brain. Thank you for doing your job. When I learned how to tell my brain, hey, brain, thank you for doing your job, my anxiety, which wrecked me for my 20s and 30s, just quieted down. I was always tightly, but I didn't know that I could solve it by simply saying, brain, we're good. Thanks for letting me know. I'll keep an eye on that over there. And now I know. And I also know we can handle it. So there's no need to panic. There's no need to stress. We are safe. This is your brain simply trying to protect you. So your peace of mind is going to come from self-validation, not from meditating and tapping out. Now, do I believe there's a place for meditation? Do I believe absolutely there's a place for prayer? Yes. But we have to validate ourselves first to say, I have the time to do these Zen practices. I trust myself to handle tomorrow. I will acknowledge, look how capable I am. What do I love about my life right now? What am I grateful for in this moment? How am I proud of myself today? One of my favorite techniques to use, and I teach this to my students, is the pods method, proud of the days. Hey, what are some pods? And the reason the pods are important is you can say, I'm proud of me. When you create an internal self-validating dialogue and you start telling your brain to look for things that you are doing well, you will see, wow, I'm handling a lot. I am quite capable. If I'm capable and look at me winning at all these things, I'm tracking my wins, I'm encouraging myself. Therefore, on these unclosed loops that my brain is feeling a little anxious about, I can say, hey, brain, we got this. Look at where we win. I get things done. I trust myself. And when you trust yourself to do what, and you notice that you've done well so far, that you're winning, you're proud of yourself, you're self-validating, you look at what you've done today, look at the progress, though it may be small and mighty, little by little, big things get done. Then you can tell your brain, okay, we can relax. Yeah, that will get fixed tomorrow. That's a problem for tomorrow. And I can release it today and not be anxious. And hey, the proud ofs are critical. Tracking your wins is critical. And if you want just a little side note, I'll make sure it's included in the notes. I have 27 mind games, like small mind games that you can play throughout the day, easy, 20 seconds to 2 minutes long in length. They're all bundled up for you. You can go and check that out in the show notes or trishblackwell.com/mind games. And the final thing I'm going to give you is this very quick 3-minute reset. If you're like, I want to tap into peace of mind right now, I want you to do this. You're going to name one thing that you've handled well. We're going back to self-validation. We're going back to self-encouraging and noticing where we're winning. Name one thing that you've done. Name one thing that can wait. Sometimes we think we have to solve the whole week's problems, the whole month's problems, or wait for it, maybe even the whole world's problems all in one day. And it's incredibly critical that you say to your brain, this can wait. This is a problem for next week. This decision doesn't have to be made right now. And then I want you to decide one clear intention for tomorrow. Sometimes we can take the weight off of our shoulders by saying, my one single focus for tomorrow is this. Now, this is similar to the 333 method that I teach. It's absolute free training. Check that out and you can get my workbook for it. That's a 3-minute method, but this is even simpler. We've shaved it down to what's my one most important thing that I do tomorrow. And then we can just cut through the overwhelm. When you cut through the overwhelm, you tap into peace of mind. Now, if your mind still feels loud, overwhelmed, or stuck in overdrive, that doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It just means your nervous system needs some reassurance, not more effort. You don't need to do more. We need to reassure ourselves more. And I've created a powerful affirmation video specifically to calm anxiety, quiet mental noise, and bring your brain back into safety. So I want you to watch. It's going to pop up. I'll make sure it's linked below, but watch. It's called Powerful Affirmations to Calm Anxiety and Overwhelm. Next, let those words just do the work for you. I'll see you there.